Okay, for part 3 of the Growing Indoors series, as I had promised, we will cover the nutrients that I use, how I mix them. We'll talk a little bit about the tent and where I purchased that, the grow lights that I purchased originally, and the ones that I purchased later because I didn't necessarily have the money to buy the original ones. Then if I have time in this video, I'll cover the bucket system, the hydroponic aerated bucket system that I purchased. Let's get started. So I have a bucket with 5 gallons of water in it. Now these are the nutrients that I use. I will have them listed over here in a picture of what now I buy. I was not able to get any more of them during the pandemic, so this is what I'm still using up for now. But I'll share with you a link below of the nutrients that I use. So let's get started mixing them. So I have a scale that measures in grams. So I found these old cups I was going to throw away. So I decided to use them to mark them up with my nutrients as I mix them. So I have a little bit of water in here, actually warm water in here, to help dissolve these a little quicker for this video. To make this easy on myself, since I mix so many 5-gallon buckets at the same time, and I wanted to create a little bit of assembly line, I found these old cups. To make the nutrients, it takes 3 different ingredients. This will be the Master Blend for 1838. This will be the Epsom salt, and this will be my calcium nitrate. To make this simple for myself, I made these little measuring cups. So it takes 12 grams of the Master Blend for 1838. So I'll put it on my scale. It's zeroed out. $12 grams. I'll just pour it in there. So part, which I call A2, is 6 grams of Epsom salt. Make sure my scale is zeroed out. 6 grams. Next is what I call part B. It is 12 grams of calcium nitrate. Zero out my scale. Here we go, 12 grams. So I just mix these until they're all dissolved. So after stirring for a couple of minutes, they're all dissolved. Let's take the Master Blend for 1838. I'm going to dump it into my bucket. And then I just mix it. I found myself a bamboo stick, and I wrap this stick with copper wire. We'll get into that later. The little secrets about the difference copper coils make in the garden, whether it's indoors or outdoors. Okay, that's all mixed up. Now I'll add what I call A2, my Epsom salt, my 6 grams of Epsom salt. And I'll mix that. Then I'll pour in what I call my B, my part B to this mixture, which is my calcium nitrate. And stir. So simple. Let me zoom you in and I'll just show you what it kind of looks like. Next, we'll get into a little bit about the tent. The brand of tent, I'll put a picture to the side of the tent, and then we'll get into the 2 different light systems that I currently have. So real quickly, I'll try to tell you a little bit about the tent that I purchased and why I purchased it. I had enough room in my basement, which the basement stays relatively cool, so I did not need to buy the whole kit that had the humidifier and the heaters and the fans and the exhaust. That's what all these are for. I just went with a simple tent. So I bought the Vivio Sun tent, the simple one, not the whole kit. This tent is 8 foot by 8 foot and about 6.5 foot tall. Little vent screens, vent holes at the bottom on all 3 sides. Mini outlets for the different system that you may want to purchase later. 2 large, approximately 3 foot doors with 2 peek-through windows. Heavy-duty zippers. And a way for me to open the door and keep the door open. On the back side, it has, I call them my little windows, but that's back against the wall. But if I had this set up someplace else, those would come in handy. But I do sneak through these little windows to grab some things that I have on shelves that are on the very back. Like I mentioned, you can see that there are 6 vents on 3 sides. I don't ever open the vents. I don't need to. This has just been perfect for me because I leave this door wide open because I call this my cool tent. Now, if I had a hot tent where I was trying to grow tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and things like that, that would be a different setup. That's why I was able to get this tent, just the raw tent, without having to buy all of that other equipment. So let's talk about the lights a little bit. So these are my Mars lights. What I've learned is they definitely cover a 4 foot by 4 foot growing area. I have 2 of those. I purposely lowered this one to show you that I can literally put this one clear to the bottom of the ground if I wanted to. I am able to daisy chain these together, or I can turn on one light but not the other light. Let's turn it on. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about these lights. When I was telling you that, I can drop these down as low as I wanted to go. That's kind of an example. I love the bars that are inside this grow tent because I can put all my different hooks for all of these different cords at different heights. But I'll show you how easy it is to raise these. So as I'm raising these lights, you can see I already have kind of my system where everything's all wired above. Let's go a little higher because this top one's not getting the... Okay, now all I have to do is put this cord up. And these little hooks, you can buy these hooks at Dollar General for like $1. And I think there's like 2 hooks in each one of them. So a lot of this, I just found a way to make it work. You like my little step stool? I can't reach much, so I keep a step stool in here at all times. The next light. I had told you that when I was first putting this whole tent together, it was cost me quite a bit of money for all the different things I wanted to do. So I purchased my favorite lights, which are the Mars lights. But at the time I wanted to expand, I couldn't quite afford it. So my cousin, Dave helped me find these lights. They're garage lights, but they're strong enough to grow plants. And I've been using them now for, I don't know, several years. Let me show you these lights. They do the same thing. They daisy chain. Since the tent is 8 foot by 8 foot, I bought 4-foot lights. And I just have 4 of these lights. And I think that they come in a 4-pack. It was very cheap. So I took one of the lights. I don't know if you could see this. I mounted it down below the table. So I am able to put in different grow trays down below and have adequate light for all my starter seeds. This is also where I start a lot of the seeds that I use out in my garden outside. So I daisy chained the 4 of these together. And I shouldn't really call it daisy chain. Well, maybe I should. Because each light comes with a cord. And then on the other end, it comes with a plug-in. So this first light that I have down here is plugged into this one. And I can turn this light on up top. So, and then these 2 lights, I can turn these on. Or I could turn it off here. So I'm free to turn on and off these lights in any sequence. Once again, the exact same thing. I'm only going to do it on one of them because I have yet to show you my fun little project. My fun little project where I'm going to grow cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli this year. Wish me luck, but that's what I'm going to roll in the buckets. But what I do with these, so I just bought this chain from a local hardware store, just a big box of it, and then cut it to the lengths that I needed because I can hook these here and drop my lights as low as this. Move them back. So as my plants are starting to grow, I have direct light on them. And as they start to get bigger, then I can raise them up. Really simple. Let's just take a peek real quick on how the starter seeds are going. We had to turn off this light because it was getting a little too hot for my 6-foot tall sister to stand up underneath. These are looking pretty good. Actually, I need to rotate these a little bit. The ones growing in the leca rocks, where I said we'll do a little experiment, I don't use leca rocks for these anymore. But I promised you that I would try again. Not happy, but oh, look at these. And these were not ever intended to be a full bed of microgreens. I'm not trying to grow microgreens. I'm trying to grow just enough to pull them out and plant into my downspout troughs. I know I had said that if we had enough time that we would get into the grow buckets, but this video is long enough. I'll get into the grow buckets on the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope and I pray that whoever it is out there that needs to hear these videos hears those, because I know God gave me a mission to reach someone out there. God bless. And if these videos help you, or you know they could help someone else, please like, share with other people. It will only help the algorithm push these videos further. Have a great day.